I'm going to show you a trick to make your code a little more readable in certain situations. This idea of branching is really common. But let's say I ran into the situation where I want to convert this number to the actual word that it is going to represent as a month. So I would start by saying, if my month is equal to 1, then my month is going to be January. Okay, that's fine. Then I would need another else if, and I'd have to say if month is equal to 2, then month string is going to be equal to February, and so on and so forth. Now I'm having to kind of write a bunch of code, and it doesn't really line up. It's not very readable. We kind of have a first branch and then it comes out. Well, that's where the power of the switch statement comes in. And it can only be used for things that are primitives that are not floating points. But if that is what I'm comparing an int or I'm comparing a byte, I can set up this structure and make my code way more readable. So check this out. Switch, I just want to check what the month int is. And in the case that it's 1, I want my month string to be equal to January. And then I'm going to break out of there to make room for case 2, where my month string is equal to February. And you can see that this structure is much faster to type for this kind of repetitive process of branching. In the end, you do need to have a default branch, which is kind of like a else branch. In which case we'll say if it wasn't anything like that, then it was a fictional month. And assume, of course, that I had done this for all the different cases. I'm not going to type that out for you now. But as you can see, this is way more readable than the if, else if for particular cases where we're just trying to compare, again, numbers or bytes, and we can easily read for different cases what we want to have execute.